welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Catherine. Welcome to my channel. We are talking about true crime on this channel. Initially, we were just following one case, the Lori and Chad Daybell case. Lori Vallow, mother of two missing children, have been the focus of the channel. I just added a video about Gannon Stauch and his stepmother, Letitia Stauch, who is in jail at this time and hopefully going to be there forever. And we're going to update right now on the latest Lori and Chad. What's going on in the Lori and Chad world? Chad and Lori are actually finally being investigated.
And we begin the news at 6 with this. The mother of two missing children from Rexburg and her husband are being investigated for a number of charges, including murder. The Idaho Attorney General's office is investigating Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder. Our Gretchen Parsons looked into this and has details now in the case. Gretchen.
Well, Mark, Lori Vallow is currently sitting in the Madison County Jail facing felony child abandonment charges. Her two children, JJ and Tylee, have been missing for more than 6 months. According to a letter from the Idaho Attorney General's office, Lori and Chad are now being investigated in a separate case related to the death of Tammy Daybell, Chad's former wife. A seemingly healthy 49-year-old Tammy Daybell reportedly died in her sleep last October in Fremont County. Her husband, Chad Daybell, moved on quickly, marrying Lori Vallow in Hawaii just several weeks later. Soon after, the Fremont County Sheriff's Office ruled Tammy's death suspicious and had her body exhumed this past December. The autopsy and toxicology results are still pending. Newly obtained documents from the Idaho Attorney General's office show that both Lori and Chad are being investigated for murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy in relation to Tammy's death. The letter states that the Fremont County Prosecutor's Office asked the Attorney General for assistance in prosecuting the case, but now the AG's office will be taking full responsibility. Charges have yet to be filed. In a separate case out of Madison County, Lori Vallow is facing felony child abandonment charges that stem from her refusing to cooperate with a January court order demanding she produce her children. She's currently in jail. Her kids, 7-year-old JJ Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan, have been missing since last September. Chad Daybell is a free man, currently facing no charges. As for Lori Vallow's felony child abandonment case, she's due back in court April 17th. That's this Friday. She's requesting for her bond to be lowered again, this time from $1 million to $10,000. If Lori Vallow is released on bond, her residence will be sealed. Her attorney requested that last week, and the judge agreed for that. Mark?
This is a seemingly unending case. Now that the AG is involved, We'll see if there is some closure. All right, Gretchen, thank you.
Attempted murder and or murder by the Idaho Attorney General. The letter from Deputy Attorney Colleen Zahn in response to Fremont County Prosecuting Attorney Marsha Murdoch, April 7th, requests that the Attorney General assist in the investigation of Tammy Daybell's death. I don't know if this means that autopsy results are back. I'm assuming there's something back or something going on, because all of a sudden now they're requesting, basically a higher up to come along and investigate this further. We know Tammy died October 19th. Her body was exhumed. And since then, no one has released any results or said anything has been ready. They've always called the death suspicious after they discovered that Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell were connected to Charles' death. And then more and more things started happening, like the missing children. And so they got suspicious and said, well, actually, it was Arizona that got suspicious and actually, said, hey, something might be weird here. They're still waiting autopsy and toxicology on Tammy. the Attorney General's office will provide prosecutorial assistance without the local prosecutor involvement. I don't know if it's just gotten too big for the local prosecutor or if there's something huge going on. I guess we'll find out. But you know what? I think Chad's going down. That's my prediction here. Here is the letter. We'll go over the letter from the Attorney General. Providing prosecutorial assistance due to other reasons without local prosecutor involvement. Review and investigate the incident reports. Make the decision to file charges and or decline prosecution and handle the matter through final resolution in a court trial. The Attorney General will assume full responsibility and authority for the case. All decisions regarding the case shall be the responsibility of the Attorney General. The county prosecutor will file an appropriate motion under the provisions of Idaho Code 312603. To allow the Attorney General or his designee to appear in the case, the Attorney General will file a notice of appearance pursuant to Idaho Code 671401(7). Please indicate your acceptance of this agreement by signing and dating this letter in the space provided. And it is signed and dated 4/9/2020 by Colleen Zahn, Deputy Attorney General. Something's happening. So we know when we talk about Tammy, she reported a masked, guy trying to shoot at her with apparently a paintball gun, but we've all kind of come to the conclusion that was probably a real gun with a silencer 10 days before she actually died. And Chad increased her life insurance, before she died. They quickly buried her, no autopsy, and just agreed that it was, her time to go or whatever. Now, also, Lori is getting her bond reduction hearing that they requested. State of Idaho did say that motion for bond reduction, April 17th, 2020 at 2 p.m. Judge Michelle Radford Mallard. They call her Mad Dog. Let's hope she stays that Mad Dog, right? Justin Lum confirmed. Sources in Fremont County Prosecuting Attorney Marsha Murdoch and Idaho Prosecuting Attorney Marsha Murdoch asked Idaho Attorney General Lawrence Wasden to take over the investigation of Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell for conspiracy, attempted murder, and or murder. Chad's first wife, Tammy, died. We know that. 10/19/19. There's also a article that I came across that says that prosecutors in Idaho signaled they are open to a bail reduction for her. But first, there's a condition. Lori must produce the children. She has to follow the court order to return her missing children. Order to turn over her missing children. This court should make obedience to said order or show good cause for why the defendant cannot obey said order. A condition for any further bail reduction. The prosecution wrote in filing, They're like, yeah, dude, you can have your bail reduced, but Lori, where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where are the children, Lori? Where are the children, Chad? Where are the children? Like, why is this so complicated? You know why? Because you can't reproduce them. And that's really horrible. Produce them now. Dumb. Like, what is Chad thinking, you guys? Like, seriously. Gilbert, Arizona, police spokesperson Brenda Carrasco told Law and Crime on Friday that the autopsy results for Alex are still pending. Also, the other issue that has just come up this week is The jail, Lori's attorney visited her, and because of COVID-19, they're not allowing them to have close contact. They have to stay behind the window. So apparently when they talk on that phone, normally that conversation is recorded. And it was recorded between Lori and her attorney. And then they deleted it, but now they're kind of running with this idea that, oh, wait, they recorded a personal conversation, attorney-client privilege was broken because they recorded our conversation.
Madison County Jail in Rexburg, Idaho admits they recorded a private conversation between Lori Vallow Daybell and her defense attorney. That would be a violation of her right to privacy. Prosecutors say it was an accident brought on by their coronavirus policies. Fox 13's Adam Herbets traveled to Idaho to take a look at the case and how things are different here in Utah.
Well, the visitation rooms in Rexburg are very similar to the rooms here in Davis County. The difference is here in Davis County, they say they have not gotten any complaints. They take attorney-client privilege seriously. The fact of the matter is, no matter how you feel about Lori Vallow or the case involving her missing kids, she still has a right to a private conversation with her attorney. This is video of defense attorney Mark Means getting ready to visit his client, Lori Vallow, her first night in an Idaho jail cell. But now the Madison County Jail admits it may not have been that night, but one of the conversations that took place between the two of them was supposed to remain private, but didn't. It was recorded.
It's upsetting that it happens in such a high-profile case when there's so much at stake.
Lori's attorney now understands that the jail's quote-unquote mistake could benefit his client. At the very least, he wants her bond to be reduced.
It's certainly not grounds to have the case thrown out or anything like that, but it could give the attorney some basis to claim that holding her in jail just isn't working out.
Prosecutors say the conversation was recorded on accident because of new coronavirus policies and quickly deleted. The jail did not offer an explanation to Fox 13, only saying the case is now under investigation.
I think there's reason to be suspect about the conduct of the jail in this case.
The jail says the room where the recorded conversation took place looks very similar to this, the visitation rooms at the Davis County Jail in Utah, where these phones are not connected to a recording.
We are all about respecting the rights of the individuals who are in our care and custody. If they're having an attorney-client visit, then that conversation is not recorded.
If this case goes before a judge, it would be the fourth time Lori Vallow has asked for her bond to be reduced. It is set right now at $1 million. Reporting in Davis County, Adam Herbets, Fox 13 News, Utah.
What I found is that when Lori picks up the phone to talk, she is alerted. Now, this is just what I've researched and been able to find. But when she picked up the phone to talk to him, it says this is being recorded. But then later, Lori was like, it's recorded, or her lawyer or something. I don't know. They maintained that it was an accident. Fox 13 says the Madison County Jail in Rexburg, Idaho, admits that the facility accidentally recorded a private conversation between Lori and her attorney, Mark Means. This violates her statutory right to privacy. Then the mistake took place because of the COVID-19 rules where they're not letting people have direct contact. And she was on the glass with the phone, which would normally be recorded because that's not normally how the attorney would visit with their client. But because of the COVID-19 rules that are going on right now, that's how they set it up. They did promptly delete the recording, and they placed a block on all recordings in the current attorney-client visiting area. So there's no more accidental recordings. But the spokesman for the jail did not provide an explanation into how the recording was made, only stating that the case is under investigation. That is giving them a little, obviously, probably a little muscle power in this whole thing. But after that happened, along comes this big thing that the Attorney General is going to be investigating them. So Let's hope that doesn't end.
Now, if you want to really dig a little deeper and you have a Facebook page, you can go to a group that has been put out there called Release Lori Vallow. It's quite entertaining, and Lori has a big cheerleader running this page. It's actually quite interesting because they really lash out at Idaho government and at Lori and the grandparents, Kay and Larry, and that this is a big scam, and that this is a big scam, and that Lori Vallow is innocent, and this is a child custody, and blah, 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 blah. But check this out. This was just recently added, which is very telling and actually makes me a little sad that there is some connections and people involved in this. And Lori may wind up, if there's corruption, getting out. Now, remember, Chad Daybell has friends and has children, adult children that have been his cheerleaders and are convinced that this is a scam too. And oh, my dad met this woman, and all the stories are different, but they're still Chad's cheerleaders, right? But it says here on a page that, and now this is all just social media gossip. I want to make that disclaimer, but it actually is people are investigating and doing their homework. This says, update. Comments on this page recently exposed this page was linked to a Jared Ainsley. Fact. When you go to Mr. Jared Ainsley page, it shows the Facebook account name was originally Joseph Murray, who is the husband of Emma Daybell Murray, Chad's daughter, the one that was made famous for sitting behind a reporter and making faces, making a mockery of the missing kids. Then it says, also fact, Dawson Murray, Joseph's brother, started his journey to become a correctional officer in December, and in February he became one in the Rexburg jail, same place where Lori is being held. We wondered why Lori was able to get her makeup done that day. Remember the Paul Mitchell car was sitting out front and she came in with hair done and makeup? Little connections going on, maybe, people? Another good fact, the Murray family are strong endorsers of the elected Sheriff Virgin. They have election stuff all over their pages for upcoming election. Virgin and his family come from the same religious upbringing as this bunch. And he was the officer that escorted her from Hawaii to Idaho. Yeah, I think you guys need to go over to that Release Lori Vallow page and make a ruckus, because there is some crap going on and people are trying to get these people off, and there are people on the inside, and this does not look good. And let's hope it all comes down, please. So if this is correct, the officer that is running for sheriff, last name Virgin, is the person that escorted Lori from Hawaii to Idaho. Joseph Murray is Emma Daybell's husband. He appears to be the one running the Release Lori Vallow page based on them looking back and seeing who is the person running it, this Anslin person versus the old name used to be Joseph Murray. Joseph Murray's brother, Dawson Murray, is a correctional officer at the Rexburg jail where Lori is being held. Please, people, make comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if any of this doesn't seem straight. If you can correct anything, please let us know. But this is what I'm getting from the most recent information that I've been able to find. And that had just kind of been posted recently and came up. So as you can see, the Daybells are all obviously friends with Emma Murray's brother-in-law, and he is a correction officer in the jail in where Lori's being held. I think there's just a little bit of too many people connected in this web to each other. And the fact that Lori has these cheerleaders running a Facebook page is quite concerning. Wouldn't you say? Let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell for updates because I'm sure there will be some very soon. I'm Catherine.
So that's your update right now, and we can talk about it on Saturday morning, 10:30 Pacific time on the live. I'm Catherine. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for updates when I go live or when I update you with a new video. And like I said, now that everybody's in jail, we're going to go ahead and investigate and explore some more cases. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Stay safe, stay home, stay well. I'm Catherine. This has been an episode of Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. See you soon.